everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here because I've got something new to show you today. So I'm going to be starting out with a coaster creation, and I'm going to be ending up putting these creations in a shadow box that I purchased from Michael's. And I'm going to be voicing over this entire creation today, at least for the bloom part, because I had music playing in the background. And today I've got a very vibrant color combination that I'll be going over each color as we go through this. And I might be speeding up in parts just to hurry this video along so I can get to this section where I'm going to be doing the actual shadow box. So what I'm showing you here is me laying down my pillow paint, and in a bloom, that's the first color, that's the first paint that you put down. And in this case, my pillow paint is Glidden 6011N. Now, this pillow paint is what you put your colors on, and ultimately the colors become your composition and they float over the pillow as you spin out your creation. So here I'm just stretching out the pillow a little bit before I get started. So I'm going to go over the colors here. Here's the first color. This is Amsterdam's Azo Yellow Deep. And I'll be going over my pouring medium today, which is a little bit different than my usual pouring medium. And I think I'm going to be showing you that in a second. And yes, I am right on cue. It's my regular Valspar 833124 with my MinWax semi-gloss. But this time I have it as a 4:1 ratio. So 4 parts of the Valspar with 1 part of the MinWax. So this is a heavier paint combination versus varnish in this pouring medium. I'm just playing around with the different consistencies, the different ratios, and honestly, I'm not finding a huge difference in how ratios are turning out for me, because like I've mentioned in prior videos, what's most important at the end of the day is the consistencies of your paint and how well your paints are going to work with each other as they're laid down on top of each other. So this is my second color here. It's my Artist Loft Metallic Orange. Very simple color palette today. Every color I have here is just a single color in the pouring medium, so it's no combinations today. So it makes it a lot easier for you guys to replicate if you decide to do so. Also, as a quick aside, as I'm laying down this color, I'm going to be showing you 3 different results with 3 different cell activators in this video right at the end of this creation part. One with turquoise blue that I'll be doing here, one with white, and one with black. So here's my next color up, which is my Artist Loft Light Magenta. So I'm going to lay some of this down, and I am a drizzler. And yet in this sequence, I only have 4 colors today, so that's a little bit different than my usual 5. So while I also have a minute here and talking, I want to point out to you to check out my description for some of the links I have to some of my playlists and some of my important videos that are instructional, and also links to some of the products that I use in my creations. So here is my last color, which is a Modern Masters Violet, plain and simple. These are fairly basic paints today, and not one golden, if you can believe that. If you've been watching me, you know that golden is probably my favorite of all acrylic paints. Probably followed by Arteza, Amsterdam, and then, of course, Deco Art. But Golden's for sure is my favorite of all time. So yeah, just laying down this purple here, and maybe I'll speed up. As we go through this part of the video, as I'm spinning, I'll probably skip some of the spinning, because if you've been here, you've seen me do this before, and I just want to save a little bit of time as we go through. Also, another thing I'm going to point out is I do have a discount code for KS Resin for 10% off. You use the discount code, you get 10% off, and KS Resin gives me 5% back toward my future purchases of KS Resin. So here we go. This is my Australian Floetrol I've mixed up with my turquoise blue. I'll flash that color up here in a second. And just as a reminder, you always want to mix up your cell activator right before you lay it down. So as I lay it down here, I'm going to start to blow it out. And I want to point out, as I get ready to blow this out, as I'm blowing this out, I have a really good video for an American Floetrol cell activator. It's my recipe. It's video 141. If you want to see it, I'll link it above. You can see how I make it with American Floetrol. And I have another video that talks about the art of the blow. That is video 419. I'll link that above. It talks about the speed of your blow, the angle of the blow, how how to position your mouth for the blow so you get the best results possible. And all I'm doing here is stretching out the pillow paint to the sides and edges before I get ready to spin, and I'm going to skip past this part pretty quickly. So as I get ready to spin, I'm just going to make sure that I'm centered up on the spinner, and then we're going to let this go. Like I said, I'm going to cut out some of the spinning because the point of this video is not so much this creation, but the entire shadow box creation. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. A little cleanup in between spins. And in case you notice, I am dancing in the background. I have Creep by Radiohead playing, and I really love that song. So a little bit of cleanup and then back to spinning, and then we're going to skip a little bit again. So just to save time, I do 2 more spins and 2 more cleanups, and then I go to the final results here. And here she is, the final wet results, and boy, do I love the way that turquoise blue played. Yeah, for sure, I need to definitely start playing around with different colored cell activators. And here are the 3, the turquoise blue, the oxide black, and the titanium white, and I'm just showing you these so you can see the difference of what a different cell activator does to your final creation. Now, I'm going to get into the shadow box. Hey everyone, so I'm going to try to get this in before the sun comes up too high and it's way too bright here. But basically, I've had these little shadow boxes from Michaels. I've had it for, I don't know, three years. They're like 99 cents, or at least they were when I bought it originally. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some coasters in a shadow box. So I've already taken out their backs and the extra little things that they had here, a little string that was on there. So I'm going to just do a little sanding, just light sanding. I'm going to show you one in front of you. Might be helpful if I got on camera, huh? Just light. And then I'm going to, yeah, I'll do the inside because the inside's a little rough right here. I don't know if you can see it. Sand that down a bit. And I've never done one of these. Obviously, I've intended to use these, and I never did. But now, I've got some oddball coasters, some cute ones, and the one that I created today. Hopefully, I still have that video. So I'm going to show you blow it down, leave those over there. Now, I've got my stain, got my stuff. I'm doing it outside, and I'm so happy it's so nice out. And I can do so much more when it's warmer outside. Because, you know, I'm not freezing my butt off here in the mountains. Okay, gloves on. Got my stain. I got these little wood pieces here to hold down from the wind. Oh, it's so pretty here. My gosh, it's so pretty. So I've got, it's a special walnut, so it says. Always give your varnish or your stain a little stir. Because look at that goober I picked up from the bottom. You want to make sure it's fully mixed up. I'm not sure what separates in there. I wish I knew. If anybody does know the components that make up varnish or stain and what gets separated out to turn into the clump at the bottom, please let me know in the comments, because I'm that kind of geek. I like to know, you know, what is what. All right, just a old shredded up pajamas. Just gonna dip it in. Just go around the edge. Get the back. Oh, I probably should have done the inside first. And this is going to absorb in pretty good, because this is like, I think it's like balsa wood. It's very thin wood. Let me get the inside. I think I'll just put it down. I can always restain. Yeah, this is all there is to it. This is easy. corners are the trickiest. Slap a little extra on there, get it in there. Actually, it looks as though they have a little glue in there or something that's causing it not to adhere to the edge. Great. That's going to be a problem. But most of that's going to be covered up anyway. But okay, I got an idea. I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, look. The edge. They've painted it or something that's repelling. Look at that. They did something there, but that's going to be covered up. Yeah. Well, that's a problem. Come on, you guys. Seriously? Can you see that? They've done something to the edge. I can't stain it. So I just lay it in there. No, that's no good. Maybe I can get enough in there. I don't know. Was not expecting that. Any which way. I'm going to keep going here. Yeah. And I'll probably put a coat of varnish on top. I don't know. We'll see. So here I'm just showing you how I'm going to set it down to dry as I do the other two. And I'm going to go really quickly through the other two, but I'll be back to show you all three here in a moment. How am I going to mount it? Okay. So with that, I'm going to stop, have a cup of coffee over here, let these dry, and then I'll be back for whatever I'm going to do next. So I don't know yet. So I'm going to interject real quick before I get into the next part. I have these sticks, these 1/2 inch by 36 inch little sticks I got. I don't know, it might have been from Michael's. I think it was probably from Home Depot several years ago. And this is what I'm going to use as my base for the coasters in the shadow board. I'm going to talk about that coming up next. So I'm just sizing this up to where I can get maximum glue coverage between the wood and the coaster. So I'm going to go probably, it's hard to do this with one hand, probably going to go this big. I'm going to cut this down. I'll put 2 on each and be back to actually glue it to the cradle board. All right, everyone, I'm back. And just before I get ready to do this part, I just want to let you know that I did reach out to a couple Facebook groups, Mad Lab, Fluidart, and also this little piggy. And I got some advice because I didn't know what was the best way to do these since I've never done it before. So sometimes if you're in a group, it really helps. On Facebook, by the way. So they all suggested, the big thing was to get this E6000. And I got this at Walmart for like $3.97 or something. So I'm going to give this a shot. So I ended up changing my mind from what I just showed you before. I was going to go this way, but I realized that these little nubs on this side are not level with these. And I didn't want to have it cocked when it goes into the shadow box. So I'm going to go this way, because this way, these are level going in that direction. So I'm going to go this direction. Actually, I'm going to go right in the middle there, just like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to open this up. Literally, I just literally bought this yesterday. It's really not that much, and I don't know, maybe regular glue would have been fine. I don't know. But what it says is it's permanent bond, washer dryer safe, it's flexible, industrial strength. Here, you can read it for yourself before I tear the box too far apart. So this should stick pretty good. So I think the first thing I need to do is stick it to the coaster. But before I do anything, I'm going to put on another glove, so I don't want to get anything on me. Let's see how this goes. So, just gonna slap some on here. And I'm gonna put a healthy amount on here because I don't want to have any problem. And I hope I'm gonna be doing this the right sequence. This stuff stinks. Ooh, this stuff stinks. Let's get this show on the road. So you see what I'm doing? I'll probably go on fast forward. I'll probably only just show you these two. So we'll go from here into the box. For right now, let me lay it down. Let the weight of the coaster pressure it. So I'm going to go on fast forward here as I go through the same process for these other two, but I do want to point out that the instructions do say you're supposed to put the adhesive on both parts that you're trying to connect together. So just take that as a note. And once I get done here, after I have them finished, I'm going to lay them down so that the weight of the coaster is going to put some pressure on the adhesive, and I'm going to put a little bit of weight on top of all of them together and let them secure for several hours here. All right, so we'll just let these guys sit to cure. Windows open, fans on. Let's see what it says for cure time. In fact, allow 24 hours for curing. Okay, 24 hours. All right, so I'll be back for the next phase. I may not fully wait 24 hours. Yep, there we are. Hey everyone, so I'm back after letting this dry long enough. It's been about 8 hours right now, so I'm just gonna apply it now to the board. So I've never done this before, and I'm gonna start with my black one. But I just want to point out some little cheat that I did. So I basically put this coaster in line, and I've marked out in here where the wood pieces line up and where the end is on each. So you can see, maybe you can see where I have it marked with pencil. Because stupid me, I read the directions more thoroughly after I've already used it. This product asks that you apply it to both ends, let it sit for about 2 minutes, then, so here and here, let it sit to kind of cure into the piece, and then you secure it by putting the two pieces together. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do one, and I'm going to time lapse the time, and then I'm going to put all these to bed, and then I'll show you how they turn out tomorrow. So let's just go. Since I've never done this before, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm sure this is more than I need. I mean, how many of you out there do the same thing, where you read the directions more thoroughly after you've already gotten yourself into it? And probably half the time when you've gotten yourself into it, you realize, man, if I just read the directions beforehand, I'd have been better off. So I'm just applying it to both pieces. And these backs don't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty. So yeah, I'm just going to do one in front of you. But yeah, it says apply directly to each surface to be bonded or repaired. Allow partial cure, approximately 2 minutes before mating the surfaces. Hardens by solvent evaporation. Forms an immediate bond that's difficult to reposition after both surfaces are placed in contact with each other. So I'm going to fast forward through this part. So after 2 minutes, I return here. All right, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to drop it in there, and I'm just going to press down. And we will let it cure. Well, that's easy. All right, so we're just going to let this sit overnight. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on the other two, and I'll be back tomorrow to show you the final results. They're cute. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully they're going to be sticking there, and we'll show you the final results at the end. Thanks a lot, everybody. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here are the three individually. I'll show you all three together here in a second. And I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I certainly learned a lot on this journey, and hopefully you did as well, just joining with me. And I'll probably be doing more of these or something like this in the future. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell and all. You'll get all my free tutorials. At the end, I will have a playlist for other coasters to see other color combinations and other creations. And please leave a comment and a thumbs up. That also helps me. And if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comment section. Check out my description for different links to different products and different videos. That's all I have for now, everybody, and take care till next time.